You've seen the postcards of empty canals and quiet gondola rides, but for most visitors, the physical reality looks like this. During peak season, Venice can receive over 100,000 visitors in a single day. In a city of narrow alleys and 400 bridges, that volume transforms a 10-minute walk into a 45-minute struggle through human traffic jams. To manage this, Venice has introduced a new financial barrier. Starting in 2025, casual day trippers entering a historic center are required to pay a contributo di accesso, an entry fee of 5 to 10 euros. The fee applies to 54 high-traffic days between April and July. If caught without a QR code during an inspection at the train station, you face fines ranging from 50 to 300 euros. Between the physical gridlock and the new legal requirements, the era of the casual, unplanned visit is over. Seeing this city now requires a deliberate strategy. Navigating these new constraints effectively requires a specific framework. This chart plots the financial cost of a trip against the physical friction and crowd density you'll encounter. In the bottom left quadrant, we have the budget pragmatist. This approach minimizes spending, but relies on heavy physical effort and strict early morning timing to beat the crowds. The top right represents the premium optimizer. This path uses capital to bypass the friction entirely, buying private access and central convenience to avoid the masses. Finally, there is the slow explorer. This zone prioritizes the calendar over the checklist, targeting the off-season to trade guaranteed sunshine for empty streets and lower costs. Looking at these quadrants, it becomes clear that every logistical choice you make is actually a choice about which specific friction you are willing to tolerate. Your first major decision is where to set your base camp. We weigh Mestre against the Venetian lagoon. Mestre is affordable, with roads meaning no dragging heavy suitcases over cobblestone bridges. It exempts you from the day trip fee, but introduces a daily commute. The inputs for the Venetian islands are the opposite. Prices are double or triple, and you physically carry luggage over bridges. However, it gives immediate access during the city's quietest hours, before trains arrive and after they leave. Ultimately, your base camp choice determines whether you pay for the city with your wallet or with your physical stamina. Once you're in the center, the next challenge is getting inside icons like St. Mark's Basilica without spending half your day in a queue. The Premium Optimizer can book a private after-hours tour for about $150. This is a high financial barrier, but it provides exclusive access to the building after the public has cleared out. You sit in a silent nave as lights slowly illuminate the 85,000 square feet of golden mosaics, shimmering without another tour group in sight. The DIY alternative requires arriving at extreme off-peak hours. Arriving an hour before opening can save you the $100 premium, though it means standing on the damp stones while the city is still waking up. Arriving at the Doge's Palace early gives you an unobstructed view of the 14th century Gothic arches and patterned stone facade before crowds block the perspective. Experiencing these interiors without the human wall requires either a financial upgrade or a disciplined adherence to the clock. Dining in Venice is a similar tactical exercise. The restaurants near the main squares are often overpriced traps designed for high turnover. Locals instead favor the cicchetti crawl. Heading into residential districts like Cannaregio, you find small plates and local wine for about 10 euros total. The trade-off is physical. These bars are often standing room only and rarely have air conditioning, and finding them requires navigating a maze of alleys where GPS signals frequently fail. You can apply this same avoidance strategy to the calendar. By traveling in the shoulder months of October or March, you bypass the summer heat and the highest daily entry fees entirely. Escaping the tourist traps, both culinary and financial, requires you to move off the primary grid and away from the peak summer dates. To make your visit executable, you need to commit to one playbook. The budget pragmatist prioritizes effort over capital. Your checklist is simple. Stay in Mestre, commute into the islands before 8:30 a.m., use DIY timing for the Basilica, and eat at standing-only cicchetti bars. The Premium Optimizer does the exact opposite, prioritizing capital to remove friction. You book a hotel in the historic center to get automatic fee exemption, and you secure after-hours tours to ensure you never stand in a midday line.
These two strategies solve the same crowded reality by using two different currencies, time and money. Then there is the slow explorer. You aren't hacking the crowds. You are simply choosing a version of the city where the crowds don't exist. Your checklist focuses on November or February. You stay on residential laguna months like Murano and trade the summer sun for a much quieter local experience. You have to tolerate the Acqua Alta flooding. You'll be walking on elevated wooded walkways as a lagoon rises into the squares. But for many, this is the most authentic version of the city. Venice only feels like a manufactured experience if you follow the schedule of the people trapped in the midday rush. Identify your budget, gauge your stamina, and commit to the trade-offs of a specific plan. That is how you find the version of Venice that actually matches the photos.